What up, YouTube? Will it's your boy Halucha Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee, and I'm back with another WWE pay per view PLE review. Backlash was yesterday, last night, Sunday. It happened at like 12:30 because they were in Lyon, France. I was crying at work and I didn't see it, but no, I'm lying. I think it was Saturday. It might have been Saturday because I ended up. It was. I think it was. It was Saturday or something. I forgot. I think it was Saturday, something like that. But it was great. Uh, five match card. That crowd, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Crowd was great. Everybody was on the social medias talking about, oh, this crowd was great, but now they gotta go back to uh it was May 4th, so May 4th, May the 4th be with you. It was on May 4th, so that's when it was. So that was Saturday. So that's when it was. Uh, I am. Oh, here we go. So we're gonna go through the card. We're not gonna really talk about SmackDown. But if there's something that happened during the show that was on SmackDown, uh, we'll talk about it through that. For instance, the first match of the card: Kevin Owens and Randy Orton faces Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga in a street fight. So originally it was a regular match. Kevin Owens comes out, crowd goes crazy, cheering for him for like 4 or 5 minutes. Then Randy Orton comes out, singing his theme song. I hear voices crying. I see temperatures rising. I hear voices in my head. Yeah, they were going crazy for Randy Orton. And then as soon as Solo Sikoa comes out with Tama Tonga and Paul Heyman, and they didn't even let the bell ring. They just started fighting each other. They was going crazy. Kevin Owens was hitting stunners on security guards. And then Nick Aldis comes out. He was like, all right, okay. Everybody, calm it down. Um, this is how y'all want to act. Forget it then. This is going to be a street fight. So the night before, on Friday, Paul Heyman is seeing Nick Aldis, and Nick Aldis was like, "Bro, you gotta get control of your peoples. Like, where's the tribal chief? Like, he's to make the decision. So, like, what's going on?" So Paul Heyman was like, "Oh, very funny. Uh, Paul Heyman or Roman Reigns don't make the decisions. I haven't spoke to Roman since WrestleMania." And then everybody was like, "Oh, what?" And then Paul Heyman was kind of like, "Oh, nothing. I didn't say nothing." Like, so if you the one that, so like, what's going on? Roman didn't give the command. It was like, yeah, I pulled him. I pulled Roman from it because this isn't Roman's bloodline. This is a different. It's a whole different thing. And Nick Aldis was like, well, aren't you the I guess the leader of the bloodline? Doesn't that make you the leader? He's like, and he goes, well, beating the leader and in charge are two different things. So pretty much, I guess he's kind of like he's the figurehead in Solo, or maybe The Rock, or whoever is bigger than Solo, or Paul is the one that's doing all the work, the nasty work around there. And pretty much, Paul Heyman was trying to get Nick Aldis to like, look, don't have this match. I'm telling you, don't do it. And then Nick Aldis was like, well, if you're gonna be able to persuade Roman not to be in this, not to be here, or not to have him out this match, maybe you convince Kevin Owens and Randy Orton on the RKO show that happened that Friday. Kind of didn't work out. Yeah, it didn't work out for them. They was like, yeah, we don't care. And so Solo and Tama attacked them, and then they beat him up, going strong. So that leads into this match, which was fun. It was good that it was like a no DQ street fight type of thing, because it'd have been weird that they would have just did a normal tag match. That through the weeks that they've been feuding with each other, the fact that it would have been like a regular schmegular tag team match would have been weird. It'd be like Tama Tonga ran Kevin Owens over with a freaking car and made him his whole face bleed. And they've been brawling and fighting each other on site ever since they saw each other. So the fact that it would have been a regular tag team match, I'm like, nah, that's silly. But good thing it wasn't. It was a street fight. That was fighting all over the place. Of course, we was getting the "We Want Roman" chants. We was getting the backdrops to announce tables, frog splashes, RKO's, stunners, all the good stuff that was happening, and that was good stuff. And then everybody and their mama was like, Jacob Fatu, he's gonna debut. Let's go! But it wasn't. After some candlesticks, some garbage cans to the head, some steel steps, some very stiff stuff. Kevin Owens hits a stunner on Solo, I think. One, two, no, stop, pull the ref out. Not Jacob Fatu, Tanga Loa. So Tanga Loa, I think is Tama Tonga's brother, cousin, something in that area. So it's the Gorillas of Destiny. They're back in together. For those who don't know, Tanga Loa, aka Camacho, from the early WWEF days. I think he was like, I wanted to say he was Mexican. Was he Deuce and Domino? No, he wasn't Deuce and Domino. He was just Camacho. I think he was just Camacho with the big lowrider bike, and it was. I think that was him. So no longer now Gorilla of Destiny. Uh, I think he kind of missed his call, so the ref had to do it himself. But he drags the ref out. I think he grabs the steel steps, hits Randy Orton with it, and then he hits Kevin Owens with it. And then I think Samoan drop, Samoan spike, 1, 2, 3, solo, and Tamatanga win. And now we got a new added member of the bloodline. Let's go. It was all right. It was good stuff. Everybody thought it was going to be Jacob Fatu, like I said, but good surprise. It'd be a Tangaloa, which is good for me, and I'm pretty sure everybody else. So that means now that when Jacob Fatu does debut, whenever if he's on the 2.0 bloodline, he doesn't have to be in the tag team with Tamatanga. He could be his own, like the heater. He could be the heater. He could be solo, but better than solo. That's what I'm saying. So that's going to be interesting to see when Jacob Fatu comes. And obviously, of course, as the next match, as it is Jay versus Damian Priest. Jay Uso, he's doing an interview and he's talking about what does he think about what just happened. He was like, I ain't worried about that. I'm worried about winning this World Heavyweight title. And of course, he stops talking because he looks to his right, and then boom, Solo Sokoa, Tamatanga, Tangaloa. He's kind of just looking at all of them. He's just like, oh, yeah. And then Solo doesn't say nothing. He just brings them over. He's like, let's go. So they go. And then, like, 4 or 5 seconds later, he kind of looks at him. About 5 seconds later, he turns back around. And then Paul Heyman, he's just looking at this Paul Heyman. He's just like, Paul Heyman is just he's so depressed. He looks like he haven't slept in weeks and months. He's just like, help me. I need help. Help me. That's how it felt. And then he walked off, and then Jay's like, "Oh, that's tough. That's tough." So good stuff. Good stuff. Good way to open the show. And then next up, um, we get Bailey, Naomi, Tiffany Stratton triple threat match. This match was great. This was probably the second best match to me. I think this was the second best match on the card. It was great. Uh, Everybody loved everybody. The crowd, that France crowd, they loved them some Tiffany Stratton. They was chanting Tiffy time. They loved them some Naomi. They had the lights out, like the lighters, the flashlights out when the lights was going on. They were doing the thing with their with Naomi with her entrance. That's cool. And then of course Bailey, just the biggest reaction out of all of them. saying, "Hey, we want some Bailey. Ooh, I want to know, would you be my girl?" Hey. And then, of course, Bailey said yes. Because now she's a baby and she loves the crowd. Yeah, this was great. Good stuff. We got some quick exchanges through all of them. Um, Friday before, the night before, it was a 8-person, 8-woman tag team match. It was Bailey, Naomi, and it was, I guess I could say Bailey and the big three: Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair versus Kabuki Warriors and Tiffany Stratton. Bianca got the win on Kyrie. No, I'm lying to you. I'm just joking. She got the win on Dakota Kai. But then there's a whole thing that goes on because she's like, damage control is getting on my nerves. I need to beat him up. And Jay Cargill's like, bro, let it go. And Jade, every time, like, Bianca sees Bailey, she's like, I don't like you. And we'll talk about that a little later. But yeah, this match was great. Uh, Tiffany Stratton's fantastic. She's a star. She did her little cartwheel Alabama slammer thing. Naomi was hitting heat seekers. Uh, yeah, this was all good stuff. Uh, I think Tiffany hit up the prettiest moonsault on Bailey. She had to kick out. His name was like this much too late. Um, That was on the outside, and Naomi was taking out everybody. I think she got moved to the side. Tiffany Stratton like power bounded her out there, and then Bailey was beating up everybody on the outside, and she comes in, drags Naomi back in. They started to fight, and then Tiffany Stratton towards the end, she takes them both out. She goes for the prettiest moonsault ever on Bailey, I think, but Naomi like pushes uh, Bailey out the way, so Tiffany Stratton misses. So she goes up. They hit a 1D, 3D, whatever D you want to say on Tiffany Stratton, which was dope for that split second. They hit it on Tiffany Stratton, and then Naomi and Bailey went back and forth with each other until Bailey got that nice quick roll up pin on Naomi for the win. Bailey's still champion. Good stuff. Naomi hugged Bailey at the end. She was like, all right, you got that one. But that's the win where it's like you didn't hit the Rose plan, you didn't hit the Bailey Bell, you didn't get the finisher on her. So it's like you got one on me, and then of course Tiffany Stratton was like, well, you didn't pin me, you beat Naomi, so I still want my one-on-one match. So that'll be interesting to see what they go on from there. Next up, we had that World Heavyweight Title match. Is Damian Priest and Jey Uso going one-on-one. This was good stuff. This crowd, in love with Jey Uso, man. The stuff that they did with Naomi with the lights in the dome, they did that times 20 with Jey Uso. As soon as his music hit, the lights was out and it was, ooh, hey, 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 hey. I'm going to see if I could just show this for even a little bit. Uh, the I don't think I'm going to get monetized yet because uh, I'm not a big channel, so they might not monetize your boy yet. So I think I could get away with it. Um, so I'm not gonna play the thing, but maybe I can dim it a little bit. You hear the crowd? Look at that. You hear the crowd? That was going on for 3 minutes. You go some more, and he does it, and then yeah, the crowd was going crazy for him. The whole crowd, just for Jet Uso's music, man. They were behind They were behind Jey Uso, man, and you know, it was a good match. You would, in my eyes, you expect Jey Uso not to win because this is Damian Priest's first title defense, but again, you know, shenanigans happen. Jey Uso was about to win, you could say, with a Uso splash, and then JD McDonough comes in, he runs in, boom, he takes care of him, and then it's like Damian Priest was like a little dazed, and then Finn Balor comes, boom, tell Finn Balor, and then he goes back in the ring, he gets the South of Heaven, but it's only a two, and then Damian Priest was telling him to get up, and he kicked Jey Uso, was telling him to get up, kicked him again. He goes for a third one, super kick. Then he hits another super kick, and then he hits one of those jumping super kicks on the turnbuckle, and then he falls, and then he hits a Uso splash. One, two, boom! JD gets his puts Damian Priest's foot on the rope, and it was like, oh, that right there. He was that close of winning, but of course it wasn't meant to be. And then he super kicks JD, and then Finn Balor gets involved again. He takes him out, and then they're on the top rope. I think a Avalanche South of Heaven that gets Jey Uso the loss. Damian Priest and still World Heavyweight Champion. And then they tried to beat up Jey Uso at the end, but Damian Priest is like, nah, man, chill, I got it, it's already done. And then Finn Balor's like, I got it. And he still keeps trying to beat him up. And then Damian Priest pushes him and he grabs him by the beard as I said it's over. So, that's going to be interesting to see what happens there. What's next for the Judgment Day? I don't know. It will be interesting to see if it's Braun Strowman because Braun Strowman had the thing with the on Monday with JD and when he came out to help Jey Uso. So is it like is Braun gonna be his next opponent? Does Damian Priest gotta do Braun or are they gonna just switch on him and they throw in Finn Balor? It'll be interesting to see what happens on Monday tonight. But yeah, good match. In my mind, all I could think about is, man, if you had the bloodline right there with you, man, you could be world heavyweight champion right now. But so that's great. That was good stuff. What was really good stuff was my champions are black once again. Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, they take on the Kabuki Warriors for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Of course, this was probably the most active Jade Cargill's been since she's been on the main roster. She's had the 6-woman tag team match. She had the Royal Rumble match, and I think this is the third. No, she had two. Did she have two six? No, she had the 6-woman tag team match with the other big three. Then she had the 8-woman tag match, SmackDown, and this is the tag team match she's had with Bianca. And of course, it was good stuff. The first half, was them working on Bianca, and then they get the hot tag to Jade Cargill, whose hot tag is great because she's kicking people, she's flipping people. She does this tag team move with Bianca where she did with Kyrie that she flattened. She kind of like face busted Bianca uh, on Bianca's knees, and then she like kicked her back, and then she did like a wheelbarrow German. That was great stuff. Uh, there was like a little weird spot with the ref and Kyrie. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I wish I could go back to see it. Maybe I'll look a little bit before I turn on Raw. But it must have been some weird thing that happened where Kyrie was I don't know if she was a legal person, but she took out Jade and she went to go for the cover. The ref was like, "You're not legal," so she took her out and she was doing the thing, but he kept saying you're not legal to tell her to go in there, but she dragged her and tagged Kyrie, but in the ref said tag. So I don't know. It was weird. Uh, but after that, it was great. Jade Cargill was beating up everybody. Uh, Jade Cargill and Jade Cargill hit like a cross body, a diving like a springboard cross body, which she doesn't do, which is good stuff. Um, I guess she was. I guess Kyrie wasn't legal, and she tried to get the pin, so maybe she got lost. So it happened, but yeah, the way Cargill was throwing Kyrie was great. Bianca's music came, and when Bianca's music hit, Asuka and Kyrie just can't help but dance. It's great stuff. But in the end, of course, Jay Cargill, she does the thing that she did with Sky Blue and AEW, where she had she tried to go on the top rope. She had her in like power bomb position, and then she flipped her over, and then she dropped her, and then she hit her with the jaded 1, 2, 3. Your winners and no WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, Big Three. Only the two of them are champions. But I think Naomi's going to get hers. I just don't think it's going to be the Women's Championship. There might be another title for her to get. Maybe. I don't think they're going to, it's weird. I don't think they're going to. Oh, well, they're going to. Or, you know what? They might do. You know what they might? They might have Naomi if she doesn't, since she didn't do that. If she's in the Queen of the Ring tournament for like the SmackDown side, they might have Naomi win Queen of the Ring. Low key, I'm not gonna hold you because in my mind I was like, it could be Piper because she's great, or it could be Chelsea. Then I was like, now thinking about it, I was like, well, she could enter Queen of the Ring. She might win Queen of the Ring. Because it's not going to be Zelina Vega because she's about to lose to Shayna round one. So she's not going to be in it. So uh, before we talk about this main event, I guess we could just talk about the Queen and the King of the Ring tournament. They announced it on the they announced the matches on it, and let me tell you something right now. This King of the Ring especially is gonna be crazy. So for the Queen of the Ring, Io Sky versus Natalia. Good stuff, right? Zoe Stark versus Ivy Now. It's good stuff. Like I said, Shayna Baszler versus Lena. It's gonna be good stuff. Asuka versus Lyra Valkyria. That right there, we like those. That's what we like. For the men though, ooh! Tell me when I'm not cooking. Kofi Kingston versus Rey Mysterio. Drew McIntyre versus Finn Balor. Ricochet versus Ilya Dragunov. Ooh! And then finally Gunther versus Sheamus. Oh, that's gonna be good stuff. And then for SmackDown, they're gonna announce the SmackDown brackets for Raw. Oh, and by the way, all these first rounds is going to happen on Raw. So we're getting all King of the Ring qualifiers for Raw because it's going to be 2, 4, 6. There's 8 matches, so it's going to be good stuff. For SmackDown, I would assume they would do like they normally do. Instead of doing, they're going to do like triple threat qualifiers, and then they'll do like 3, or they'll do 4 triple. Yeah, they'll do 4. They'll probably do 4 triple threat qualifiers, and then they'll do like say they'll do Santos, Santos, uh, Grayson Waller, Bobby Lashley, uh, Austin Theory, Montez Ford. Uh, I don't even know who's on SmackDown. Ashante the Adonis. I don't know. LA Knight, AJ Styles, Vinny Vici. They'll do something like that. They'll do those because their roster's obviously smaller and there's only 2 hours, so they'll probably do that. And then so they'll do those 4, and then the following week they'll probably do uh, the women's version of it, and then maybe the men's qualifier, like the that, and then the week after that they'll probably do the women's final, the final two, and then the men's final, and then they'll do something like that. That's what I think they'll do. But yeah, that's gonna be great stuff. I'm ready for it and I can't wait. Now, the main event. Ooh, ooh, AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. Oh, this was great. I mean, you just gotta watch it. It just showed that AJ Styles, he still got it. I still got it. I'm AJ Styles. I never lose it because I'm AJ Styles. Yeah, it was great stuff. This was like a chess match. This was a match of whoever hits their finisher first wins. Because AJ Styles didn't hit a phenomenal forearm or um, a Styles clash on Cody Rhodes because he was avoiding it the whole time. Um, yeah, this was great. I can't even you can't even really describe it. This is one of those matches you just have to watch. And as good as this match is like if it had like to me like if it even had like 5 to 10 more minutes, this might have been 5 stars just for no reason. But yeah, this was great. They kind of talked on SmackDown. They was talking about uh AJ Styles was like, hey, I faced your guy Dusty Rhodes before. They talked about in TNA for the world championship. And he said I whooped his ass. He said I'm gonna whoop yours. They was doing a too sweet thing because it was May the 4th. I think it was also the Bullet Club Day or something like that. And they was trying to do the too sweet. And then Michael Cole was like, hey, or Cody Rhodes was like, too sweet me. And AJ Styles was like, oh yeah, too sweet. Slapped him in the face. Didn't too sweet. So Cody Rhodes slapped him tonight or on Saturday. Uh, yeah, this was. I mean, this was just. This was again. This is one of those matches you just gotta watch, bro. It was great stuff. Um, the crowd was really into it. They were talking about both men that was in the Bullet Club. Or they was talking about Bullet Club throughout the night because of Tanga Loa. Uh, yeah, this was just. It was great. Just watch it. Just watch the show. Just specifically watch that match. Um, in the end, I think AJ Styles tried to go for a phenomenal forearm. He ducks out the way. He does some kicks, and then he like ducks out of a clothesline, and then hits the top rope. Boom! Cody Cutter. Crossroads only one, two, and still your WWE champion Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. Oh, that crowd was crazy for Cody Rhodes. That crowd, even after the song finished, they were they were singing that song for a couple of minutes before they got to the ring stuff. So that was great stuff. They was cheering for AJ Styles, love for AJ Styles. So he wins clean. So it'll be interesting again after this, especially when they're doing the King and Queen of the Ring for SmackDown. Are they gonna have AJ Styles in that King and Queen of the Ring tournament? Is he gonna go back after um, Cody Rhodes? Are they going to have Solo Sikoa go after Cody Rhodes, which would probably be a bad idea? They might have to have him, being the King of the Ring or something like that, because if he faces Cody Rhodes, he ain't going to beat Cody Rhodes. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. Uh, yeah, that was a good show, great show. I give the show like a 9 out of 10, maybe 9.5 out of 10. The two title matches, the triple threat, and the main event was really good. The opening match was really good with Tanga Loa debuting, even though he almost botched it. The world title match was good, but you knew what was going to happen. You knew shenanigans was going to happen, and of course, we got new tag team champions. I mean, what else can you want on the show? 5 match card, great stuff. Uh, King of the Ring tonight is going to be woo, boy. That match. What time is it? 2:50, bro. I can't. Oof, it's going to be great. I'm so excited for it. But yeah, that was the show. Uh, what did you guys think of it? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.